Hey there, welcome to another Star Wars book review. And today I shall be reviewing the third installment in the Thrawn Trilogy, that being Star Wars, The Last Command by Timothy Zahn. So this book finishes out the Thrawn Trilogy as I said earlier and ends it. Now, before I begin, I just want to say I'm also going to talk about a little bit about one specific character I think cannot return to canon despite not all of us, but I would say a good proportion of Star Wars fans wanting her to return. But first, let's talk about the book before I get into that. I enjoyed the book. Like all the Thrawn books I've read so far by Timothy Zahn in the Thrawn Trilogy, I am going to give it 5 stars out of 5 because it's well done. It explores. It's just done so well, and I really appreciate that a lot. We get to see more about Thrawn, and I really enjoy essentially how Thrawn died. Like, because Thrawn, of course, Thrawn dies at the end of the book, and I do like how he dies. It's not really it's brought on by betrayal, something that he never predicted. There was one other thing I'm looking up, and his last words were, in my opinion, probably just like kind of really well done, and just kind of it fits so nicely in his personality. So after his bodyguard Rook assassinated him, Thrawn said, whispering, but it was so artistically done. So even in his ultimate defeat, his ultimate failure, he essentially recognized its own brilliance. So it's like something he never really predicted, that his bodyguard that would betray him. He never predicted that, but yet the entire thing, looking back, Thrawn saw it being very artistic. Probably also the killing itself. But it's just so unique in that. I also kind of like how, Captain Pelion's reaction to this assassination, and then how the battles really started taking a turn for the worst for the Empire. Pelion recognized he could not lead the Empire to victory. He figured Thrawn would have been able to, but he could not, so he ordered a retreat. In a way, that was smart for him to do, recognizing what he could not do and what he had to do. And there's a lot of stuff going on here as a whole, that kind of more going on. And particularly one thing is, a lot of us were kind of upset when Legends was no longer canon. I don't exactly remember how I felt. I think I was kind of on the fence. But really, when you talk about how they refer to the Clone Wars here, and that, it makes you think that this could not fit into the Clone Wars as we know it from the prequels. And Star Wars canon has always been kind of approaching that way. It's the movies first, then the books and games and all that. It's still done that way, just now there's some books that are nowhere near considered canon, they're considered legends instead. But in a way, it could be made to fit if you look at the Empire spread a massive disinformation campaign in the galaxy, which is very possible because we know they did some of that. But I do kind of sorry about that. But yeah, so the Thrawn Trilogy can never become canon. It's not just because they changed it, but because it would have never fit into the prequels as we know it. Because cloning is approached from a very different perspective in the Thrawn Trilogy than it was in the Clone Wars. Now, I still think the idea that if a clone's going too fast there could be some sort of madness is, I think, still very likely. It would be nice if they kind of approach that in canon a little bit. But the Yasumi, the species that can repel the Force, well, it does seem kind of weird the book gives a good information that it's perhaps a method of camouflaging, a way of hiding from its predators. Kind of a smart way of explaining it. You know that. But more importantly, this book does reveal why Mara Jade can no longer be considered canon, in that she can't enter the canon with the same type of characterization. Thrawn, we were able to put, not we, but Lucasfilm was able to bring him into canon and still have his character fit. They just changed the timeline for him a little bit, and in that, but his character still fits. Mara Jade really can't fit, because her whole character arc is essentially is figuring out not who she is, but almost kind of a little bit maybe where her loyalties lie, and is her, quote unquote, desire to kill Luke Skywalker really hers or just the Emperor's? And all that. There's so much of her characterization that can't fit into the new canon, and I'm not sure it can be properly adapted. Now, that doesn't mean it isn't a possibility that she can't be re-canonized, but I don't think it would work, cause Luke, as far as we know, has never been cloned in Star Wars canon, and it was only because of his Legends clone was Mara Jade able to essentially free herself from the Emperor's last command to her to kill Luke Skywalker. It's still possible. We don't know a lot about the time between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, but we know some. And there's been no mention of a clone of Luke Skywalker. Because I have a feeling, because that's a key part of characterization, the fact that the Emperor commanded her to kill Luke Skywalker, and it became so ingrained into her personality as a whole that the only way she was able to overcome it was to kill a clone of Luke. I don't know if that could fit into the canon as we know it. I just don't think so. And we do see that part of her doesn't want to kill Luke Skywalker so many times because she had so many opportunities in the entire Thrawn Trilogy. Okay, understandable, but there's still so much that it just won't fit in to canon anymore. It's purely Legends. Like, a whole batch of a characterization cannot be made canon because it relies on stuff that we have absolutely no reference of. Because we have reference to Thrawn and other canon sources before before we fully explored him. We know the Empire would have had some brilliant tacticians. We know that. It's also possible that the Emperor had force-sensitive assassins other than the Inquisitors, which were more Vader's job. It's very possible the Emperor had some set aside for himself. Okay. And it's also possible that if he had one very good one, like Mara Jade, that he would in his last moments order her to kill Luke Skywalker. But I think there will be some reference to somebody attempting to clone Luke Skywalker at some point, especially in like Bloodline, would be a good point to do it in, or even in Last Jedi novelization. Some mention of a clone Luke Skywalker if they intended to integrate Mara Jade into the canon, because her entire character arc was so like overcoming basically the Emperor's control of her was ended because she was able to kill a clone of Luke. Without that, I don't think so. A mention of a clone Luke in canon would have allowed a bigger possibility for her to become canon again. And I just don't think she ever will be canon because there's been no mention to it. Now, I could be wrong, so let's not dwell on that, shall we? And move on to probably some other stuff about the book. Anything I would add? Maybe a little bit more of Rogue Squadron being featured, but that's probably about the main thing I would add. Some more Rogue Squadron elements. Take away, nothing. Change, Probably not too much. So, sorry about the long gap there, but yeah, I was just thinking if there's anything else in this video. I don't think I would change or add anything besides extra Rogue Squadron scenes because I wanted to see more of Reg and Tilly's. It's simple as that. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the book very much, and I encourage you to read it if you have not done so already. So thank you for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and comment down below. What did you think of The Last Command, and what do you think are my opinions on why Mara Jade cannot become canon again? Please let me know in the comments, and let's begin a discussion. Also, do follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Google+. The links are in the description. Also, feel free to check out my newly redesigned website. The link is in the description. Later this week, I am planning on putting, last week, sorry. I'm recording this about a week in advance. Last week, before Solo Story comes out, or the day of, I haven't decided quite yet as of the recording of this video, I will be creating a special announcement video, so please be sure to check that out. Also, do consider supporting me on Patreon. Your donations there do help make me sorry, that was a weirdly grammatically done sentence. Your donations on Patreon do help make this channel possible, and it does allow me to earn income. And particularly, it will help me to buy new equipment such as better recording equipment, maybe a new microphone, video editing software, because I would like some more professional ones rather than Windows Movie Maker, which does the job, does what I needed to do. I just would like basically movie editing software that's more professional, but I would need your support on Patreon for that. And other things supporting me on Patreon too, such as helping me get through college. And also purchasing new video games for my gaming channel. So thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.